Bret the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Hey, Rob's back. What's up, Rob?
What is going on, man?
Man, welcome back to the Smacked Raw podcast.
It's been a while.
Yes. It has been.
I'm trying to figure out this chat thing.
Where-
It's been so long. I don't know how to. I don't know what I'm doing.
Where have you been,
Last
Rob?
time I was on this, we recorded things and then uploaded it a day later. What is going on, guys? It's been a minute.
Yeah,
his
man.
mind.
You ready to come back?
I'm ready to come back.
You ready to come back full time?
I don't know about full time.
Wednesdays?
I wish I could. The problem with that is the next 2 Wednesdays, I work until 9:30 at night.
Man, just fucking quit your
that
job.
sucks.
Do this podcast with us.
I wish I could.
Right?
Yeah. What are you doing with your life, man?
I watch I watch one Dynamite in full, and then the next two I kind of watch bits and pieces as I adult when I can throughout the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And when it's said and done, I don't
Yeah.
remember what happened.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Hashtag adulting, right? Gotta pay the bills.
Everybody, thank you for joining the show. We are the Smacked Raw podcast, streaming live on twitch.tv/putting you over. If you're interested in the NXT recap, that actually can be caught live right now as well. Twitch.tv/Smacked Raw podcast if you want to go watch NXT. However, if you're here for Dynamite, man, you picked a hell of a good show. That was fantastic, you guys.
Damn right.
Man,
Yes.
there's a couple weird moments.
It
but that's
exceeded
Dynamite.
my expectations by a mile.
Yeah. Had a little bit of everything. Rob, what are you doing over there, man? Just bopping away.
I'm nodding yes to what Kevin's saying, what you guys are saying. Dynamite had everything.
No.
It was good times. It even
Yes.
had an NBA star getting boxed out. I mean,
Holy shit, man. Who saw Shaq
Hell yeah,
opening the damn show?
right.
Oh my God, man.
I figured it'd be close to the end.
Brought that Shaq foo.
Yeah, that was insane.
Um,
And it was a super fun match, too, actually.
yeah,
They
was
made it good. They made it good.
That's
They really
fantastic.
did.
If you guys ever miss a live episode, you can actually go over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Smacked Raw Podcast. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. We surpassed 200 subscribers not that long ago. We're still very grateful for that. On the road to 300 now. And of course, also support
Mama
your
Crazy
wrestling.
can do it. You can do it.
Yes. Support your wrestling writers over on WrestlingNewsWorld.com. A lot of talented guys over there. They were gracious enough to make us their exclusive recap show. So show them some love, bookmark their page, and catch up on some articles. All right. So Dynamite, fun show. You guys, we're on to Revolution. Okay. Was this a go-home show to remember?
I think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so. Most definitely. I do got to plug it out there. I was mentioning a minute ago that I work and I really watch AEW and Chops. One, I thought Revolution was last Saturday, which is why I was hitting up Kevin talking about why isn't Revolution working. And then today I found out it's Sunday.
That's what that was about.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I'm missing.
That's funny.
It
You
started.
change your password. I was like, you what? Man, he's trying to get a jump on this.
I thought I was missing.
Yeah, I was like, bro, we got a week. I can figure it out, man.
And
Trust
then
me.
We had a week in one day. I didn't know it was on Sunday.
Oh my god! And you didn't even know you were recording tonight. I had
I
to call
didn't.
you this morning and remind you.
Yes, yeah, I'm glad you did because here I am. Here I
Hell
am.
yeah!
But it
Oh,
just shows you that's why I called you and said, look, I gotta.
Yeah. So the show kicked off with Shaq Fu. Shaq and what's her
Shaq
name? Jade
Fu.
Cargill taking on Cody Rhodes in Red Velvet. You come for Shaq, you stay for Jade. Like, Jade Cargill is legit.
Yes.
Chick's
Holy
got charisma
shit.
for days, man. I told you guys in the chat, she reminds me of like a cross between China and then also she got the charisma like Scott Steiner. When she busted out the push-ups, I was like, yo, that's like the second coming of Steiner right there, man.
The one thing I got from this match is
Definitely China vibes.
the fact that Red Velvet is like 2 feet tall, but she's still taller than Marco Stunt.
Okay, Rob, save the stunt hate for just one segment of the show.
Hey,
all right?
no, I'm bringing it up later.
Don't use it up now, okay?
I had to use it because look at her. I mean,
no, Jade was. What do you think, Kev?
Oh, I thought it was dope, man. Jade definitely gave me the China vibes, like you were saying. I hear what you're saying with the Steiner. I didn't really notice that at first, but like certainly with like her physique and the way that she works in the ring and stuff, that's China so hard, and it's so dope.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to see her do a lot more now. Because I mean, the thing was with this match too, it felt more like it was a match between like Jade Cargill and Red Velvet, with like Cody Rhodes and Shaquille O'Neal kind of is like a seasoning.
Took the words right out of the mouth. They were just the seasoning. Yeah, you just got a little bit of them. It added just enough. Shaq looks legit. Like, dude, like, I was a dude.
Just when you forgot they were there, they would do something cool.
Yeah. And not only that, if Shaq had not been a baller, dude, he would have been a pro wrestler. I mean, that guy would have been a pro wrestler.
He did a lot better.
He looked natural as hell in there.
Did you see his freaking chops?
Yeah.
His chops went 15 feet in the air. Like,
you could tell he was trying to protect Cody, though. He didn't lay in everything. He didn't follow through with the chop, too. It looked odd to see a guy retract after chopping someone. You never see that. Had he followed through, he would have caved Cody's chest in.
Friggin' red, though, at the end of that match.
Yeah. It came off that first one. That first one had more pop on it. I think Shaq really was trying to protect Cody. Like, he was like, I will cave your ribs in if you let me do this to my extent. Oh, man.
I don't want to, but I could.
He's literally like twice the size of Cody.
Yeah. Shaq also, another thing he did, which was a very sweet, surprising thing, the Brodie Lee tribute for the powerbomb. Did y'all catch that? He did the Brodie Lee pose beforehand, and then
actually I didn't, but
yeah, no, he did a nice little tribute to Brodie Lee, man. Hit that powerbomb, which looked terrifying. Cool. Everything he did where he lifted Cody up looked scary as hell because Cody was only other person that gets that high in the ring is goddamn Montez Ford when he busts out those frog splashes. That's the height Cody gets up there when Shaq's like doing moves like back body drops and shit. But yeah, the match was good. It was mainly Jade and Red Velvet. You sprinkled in Shaq and Cody doing all these nice spots. They got some tables set up, by the way. QD Marshall had to help Red Velvet set up the table because she was about to be counted out. And then ended up being Shaq. Shaq went through those bitches with Cody on top of him.
Oh, yeah.
It was excellent.
I popped so hard for that. I was like, holy shit.
Did you see Shaq give
I couldn't believe it. I didn't think Shaq was going to take that big of a bump at all. Like, I thought maybe he might, like, take a couple, like, light punches or some shit. I never thought in a million years he was going through a goddamn table.
Well, you know? He said that they were going to have the best celebrity match of all time, so you better do something big.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did something big.
What were you going to say, Rob?
I was just saying he exceeded anything I expected. Like you guys just said, I expected a couple maybe minor bumps here and there, but my man went through a table. Like, bring me more of this.
Yeah,
even if it's just the seasoning, bring me more of this. But it did set up Red Velvet and whatever her name is,
Jade Cargill.
That now I'm gonna remember it. It set them up. I see this being a pay-per-view singles match down the road for sure. Like,
I see.
Fuck yeah.
And Jade's going to go straight to the top of the women's division after like a match or two.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I think Red Velvet could have took her, though, if she wasn't the size of Marco Stunt. Just throwing that out there. Just saying.
Jade ends up picking up the victory. She hits the Glam Slam as her finisher to pick up the win for her team. My wife cocked a joke here because at this point Shaq's still laid out on the outside, and my wife was like, they're not going to stretcher him out. Like, his big ass needs to get up. But it's funny because they cut to commercial. They actually do the stretcher spot. It's just, he's already in the ambulance because his big ass had to walk there. He didn't get carried out on a stretcher, man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They weren't picking him up out of there.
I honestly thought I missed it. I was like, wait a second.
No, you didn't miss it. No, they did. They had to do that intentionally.
As soon as you said, I forgot about the ambulance completely, honestly, until you said something,
Yeah, it turns out Shaq has magic powers because you have Shivani standing behind the ambulance. They cut back to the ring. Then they cut back to Shivani. He's like, I'm sorry, guys. We got to get a word with Shaq. Like, that's kind of insensitive. The man's on the way to a hospital. But he opens up the ambulance, and Shaq has disappeared.
There's Shaq doing his best John Cena impression.
Oh my gosh. I got more Undertaker vibes, okay? Shaq will be AEW's Undertaker. You got the spooky powers. But no, fantastic way. You think we're gonna get more Shaq down the road?
Mm-hmm.
If we get it like that, I'm into it.
Hell yeah.
Yes, definitely. I think maybe he, like you guys said, he was the seasoning just to introduce, the women.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it worked, and they're gonna roll with it. They're definitely gonna roll with it.
Oh yeah.
If they don't, it's gonna be a disappointment.
Well, him and Paul White, Big Show. They were supposed to have a match at Mania like 2 years in a row, and it never came to be. So when Paul White was announced in AEW, that's all everybody was saying is like, this is going to lead to Big Show and Shaq down the road, which I'm here for, man. I'd love to see what those guys can do.
No, that makes sense too.
Shaq Body Slam show. Or Paul White, excuse me. No more BS.
Shaq.
I did like that shirt. I said I understood that reference.
Big Show really was a terrible name. It was a really bad name. So you have this tag team. I'm unfamiliar with them. Skylar and D3. They get squashed by Death Triangles, Pac and Ray Phoenix. I mean, this match was like 30 seconds.
What was the point of this match?
I think, I know you can't watch as much.
We saw some cool offense from Pac and Ray.
Not only that, Pac's been off TV for like a year because of the pandemic. So he just came back. I think they're just any excuse to keep him on TV now.
Throw him out. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you guys know I don't overanalyze anything.
I think they're just
everything
trying to make
to me
him look cool.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But like I seriously looked at the TV. I'm like, what was the point of this 30-second squash? And no story. It just.
Yeah. Well, they also have that big tag team battle royal at Revolution 2, and they're one of the big names in it. That's why at the end of the night when they did that, they are the only ones that had an entrance, except for Dark Order. I don't even think Dark Order's music hit when they came out. But
Negative One was a whole fucking
Negative One was
during
the show.
That.
He was damn.
He would be the next AEW champion.
So
My man is killing it.
I know. He really is.
Kev, what'd you think of the MJF and Jericho press conference?
Already I love this. Like, I fucking loved this whole segment. All the guests were dope.
Turkey
Chris
tits.
Jericho calling people stupid.
Turkey tits killed me, man. Oh my God. Yeah, he called Conrad Thompson turkey tits.
Like, those guys just don't miss. Yeah. These guys just don't miss with stuff like this, man. Like, they're comedy gold, man. And I knew this is the kind of shit we were going to get with MJF and Jericho. And I don't want it to stop. I love it so much.
I personally want this to continue with tag team gold on their shoulders. It'll just make it that much better. I hope they win. I hope they win Sunday and continue this just with straps on their shoulders. I'm the shit and you're not.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sammy Guevara. I think he
I don't know if they're gonna, but God, that would be dope.
Well, it also would help lead
Who
to
is
the
Sammy
implosion.
Guevara? Oh, that one guy that used to be cool. Okay, never mind. The guy that MJF. Okay, got you.
All right. Anyways, so it's a press conference. You had Conrad Thompson, Brendan Walker from Barstool Sports, and then the big surprise, Eric Bischoff, all interview or ask questions. Conrad asked, what are the odds of letting Sammy Guevara back in? That's what prompted MJF to call him Turkey Tits, and they flipped out. You can't mention Sammy's name around him. Brendan Walker asked, why attack Papa Buck? And then they just loosely said it was self-defense because Buck pushed him or something on previous week. And then Eric Bischoff, he had the best one, said, do you know the condition of Papa Buck, and where does this rank on your stupid ideas list? You just motivated the Bucks for the match. Yeah. And at this point, this prompts the Bucks to come out. They give this speech about how their dad is a great dad and everything. He's better than MJF and Chris Jericho's dad. And then he hits him with a couple insults, and this one got the internet buzzing. So he says MJF would be living at home waiting for a call to be on the Rosie O'Donnell show. I don't even get I feel like that's something legitimate. Funny. Like, I think maybe like he had an opportunity to go on our show or something. I don't know. I didn't get that one. But this is the one that got everyone upset. They said Chris Jericho. And I love that Matt Jackson chuckled before the insult because he knew he was going to piss off a lot of people. But he says Chris Jericho would be jerking the curtain at the Performance Center, which, Oh,
my God. I popped so hard.
Yeah, I mean...
That was so good.
It's a divisive statement, man. A lot of people don't like it when AEW takes shots at WWE.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, wait, did they just... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was the first of two shots that were taken at WWE tonight. And anytime they do, man.
Wham.
It's so great. Take shots all day.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's fucking...
It doesn't bother me.
It's fun, man. That's what I'm saying.
The way I've always looked at it is...
Do it all day long.
Right.
What happens between rival sports teams? There's always trash talk, Like, at the end of the day, everyone's still making money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's never bothered me. It only bothers me if the joke is lame. If it doesn't land, I'm like, okay, that was just a dumb joke. But
exactly.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a problem at all, especially with AEW going to WWE. I feel like that they're always going to be punching up. They're the smaller company. You know what I'm saying? And so do it. I don't care. I think it's funny. Yeah. I think it's even better that it riles people up. That's the whole goddamn point,
I do find it funny. I do find it weird if they couldn't acknowledge the existence of WWE, And I don't believe they lean too heavy on
it. Feels like WWE doesn't acknowledge the existence of literally anybody out there.
Dude,
if you come to WWE,
can't acknowledge
it's
NXT.
Now you're in WWE.
Like you said, half the time they can't even acknowledge one of their own brands.
Right.
Yeah.
No shit. So that's why it's I mean, there's wrestling outside of WWE. Come on,
It's okay. It is what it is, man. Like I said, if it's a bad joke, it's a bad joke. Who gives a shit otherwise? They at this point brawl breaks out, and then you had the Good Brothers come out, help them out. You have this awesome spot. You had Matt Jackson swanton off the entrance tunnel through one of the Pride and Powerful, while Matt Jackson leaps off the stage through the other Pride and Powerful member. They go through tables at the same time. It was a cool ass spot, man.
I'm all about the Bucks losing their belts, but this was excellent. Yeah. This was good times. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed seeing it.
Rob, since you've been out the picture for a while, what'd you think of the preview for the barbed wire exploding?
Oh my God, I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Oh my God, I was waiting for this to come up. I have to plug it. I have to. I'm an ex-juggalo, kind of still juggalo, whatever. I grew up on ICP. Okay, ICP from the age literally of 6 shaped my life. It's why I'm such a good person. Those on the outside, ICP taught good values. Those that don't know, they taught good values. They did. The reason I'm bringing them up is they did a video in, I forget when it was, mid 90s, late 90s, called Stranglemania. And what they did was they took old Japanese matches and they muted the commentary and they did their own commentary over it. And it was fucking excellent. What made me think of that was there was a barbed wire bomb match and it was so great. One of them involved Chainsaw Charlie, and it was so good. The commentary was so funny.
Yeah, Terry Funk and Cactus Jack or
Cactus Jack was in it, of course. Jack was in it. Bombs and barbed wires. Now this was years ago, so I don't really remember anything from it. The only thing I remember from it was a table was broken in half, and one wrestler was put on top of one half, and then he put the table on the other half. And the guy doing it was a big wrestler. And Violent J goes, he puts him in a table sandwich. And Shaggy goes, don't call it a sandwich because he's going to want to eat it.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
What?
Anyways,
so yes, I will move on.
Were you aware that the match was happening before tonight?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I knew it was happening, but it didn't really click until tonight. They were like, it's been 25 years. And I'm like, it has been a while. And that's what set me back to the Stranglemania thing. But I am so excited for this match. I can't wait. Put each other in the barbed wires and blow it all up, blow the building up. Let's go. I'm ready. I hope Moxley takes his title back. I really do.
No, Mox is going home.
Hey, you don't say that.
I know.
This is real stuff around here.
This feels like the easiest one to predict, you know? It really does. It's because, you know, I don't know her. Renee Young, I forget what her real name is. But she, you know, she's about to have a baby.
I don't know how to.
Renee Paquette. There we go. Paquette. There we go.
Yeah, but he retained his United States belt though in New Japan.
Yeah, but he goes like 10 months at a time defending that belt, you know? Like that's nothing, you know. That's nothing.
Well, that's true. I'm just saying.
I know. I don't know. I honestly would like either scenario, but it's I want it to come down to.
But I hear you. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I want it to come down to Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. I want Hangman to get that shit off of him. Have that long story arc of
AEW does like to bake stories, and that would make sense.
They like the long-term storytelling, man. You know,
they really do.
Speaking of long-term, Tully Blanchard competed in his first match in about 31 years.
Should I drop it now? Should I just drop the joke now that how do you match somebody up with Marco Stunt? You put him in there with a 90-year-old man. There you go. There you go.
That's how you get a competitive match with Marco Stunt. I don't know. Tully still looked good in there compared to
Marco Stunt.
My favorite part of this whole match. My favorite part of this whole match was when Tully Blanchard was like kind of deciding to go into the ring to fight Luchasaurus. And I was like, please don't do it, Tully. Just leave. No, like, I was like, this dude is going to tear you in half if he looks at you the wrong way, man. Like, just don't even. You know?
He was about to choke slam him, and I was like, no. And thankfully, he called an audible and then just kicked him in the fucking head. Anyways, dude, they did a lot of like throwbacks. So obviously, there was a huge
didn't look as
nod
scary as a choke slam
to the Four Horsemen because you had. Not only did you have Tully Blanchard and FTR teaming together, they had former Four Horsemen, J.J. Dillon out there. Didn't do much. Just, I think what they did here was they knew they're not getting a match at Revolution, so they wanted to make this match as special as possible. That's why you had Tully out there wearing the robe. Yeah. He had his U.S. title that he won. I had to write it down. In 1985 at Starrcade against Magnum TA because he never said I quit. Yeah, and then also you had the original tag team titles, I think is what they said, is what FTR was wearing. Did anyone catch that? FTR came out with gold and they're not champs.
I was gonna ask you guys, but I didn't want to look bad. I mentioned it earlier. I watch when I can. What I can't watch, I read on Google. I was like, when the hell did they wear gold? Do I bring it up on stream that I don't know that they won?
It's okay,
gold?
Rob. No, it's all right. They're not champs. They were just
Okay.
They had old belts that Tully Blanchard had.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was legit like, how did I not know?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Happy.
Yeah, no.
What'd you think of the match, though, Kev?
It was good. I mean, I want to see Jurassic Express and FTR all fucking day. Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus versus FTR. Holy crap, man.
It was good.
You know, and I kind of like Jungle Boy is kind of deceivingly larger than he looks, you know, because like he's not, I mean, he's not big, but like he's not
a bigger, small guy.
Much smaller than the dudes in FTR.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy is a small guy that holds his own.
Yeah,
And
he
Marco's
doesn't
son
have
is
any
just a small
body
guy.
weight.
Yes.
That's the thing he's cut well, but he is a lighter fella for sure. I'd like to think that I'm like 3 Jungle Boys.
Yeah,
is like what I am.
Kevin, I gotta plug it. It's been a while since I've been around. Last time we hung out, you were in your kitchen, and I seen like shelves behind you and whatever. Now all I see is a wall with a Bills clock and a picture of freaking Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's legit, bro.
And the LED lights.
And the LED lights.
Thanks, man.
I didn't want to plug that because there's a clock and a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's all you need.
Right.
I had to plug it. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Very
thank
nice.
you, Rob. The show's stepping up. We're stepping up. You didn't even
Bill's
notice the
Mafia
mic.
316.
The mic get up, man. You got the boom.
Yeah, look at that.
Official mic too. Look at that.
Did you watch his thing with Bailey? That was great. We'll carry on. I won't plug it too long, but it was very good. The Broken Skull section with Bailey.
I have to watch.
Or no, not Bailey. Sasha.
I have
Sasha.
to watch both of them.
I'm
I
sorry,
haven't seen
Sasha.
either of them.
Bailey, I didn't even know he did. I was.
Yeah, he did one with
that is
Bailey
dope.
before
But the one
Sasha.
he did with Sasha, that was great. That was good.
Yeah. Maybe I'll throw that on tonight. I'll throw that on.
The only Broken Skull sessions I watch are the ones that they put on after pay-per-views because I'm already watching, and I'm not going to turn it off.
There you go. No, that's good. Throughout this match, it was all right. I mean, it's weird. You can call it a weaker match for the card, like for the show of the night, and it still ended up being a damn good match. You had, Rob said, Marco Stunt squaring up with Tully, JJ Dillon getting his shoe off and handing that off to one of FTR to use as a weapon. Tully teasing a dive through the ropes, I thought was hilarious. And then
holy shit.
But it did start to fall apart towards the end. Jurassic Express couldn't figure out who was legal in the match. The cameraman ends up getting a cheap shot in, and turns out it was Sean Spears. But yeah, with cameraman's help. Did you hear? They started. You had Tony talking, and he's like, "He's a cameraman," or no, he's a grip. And JR just breaking the fourth wall. He's like, "Oh, let's call him what he is. He's a plant." It was just like exposing the business, JR.
Yeah, that was so good. I love stuff. That's what I love about AEW, man. Like the little things like that happen where you're just like, yeah. Like it just would not fly on WWE at all.
There's 2 things I will never let die. I have to plug it right now. 1, Daniel Bryan stooched us out of a career-altering announcement. 2, what the hell happened to Sean Spears needing a tag team partner? He doesn't need one no more?
Ooh,
I mean,
that's true. Yeah, because they were
And what the
originally
hell is
hunting
with
for.
his-
I mean, you were filming any random person,
That's true. Yeah, they were taking
now all of a sudden-
submissions and everything.
and then all of a sudden it went away like we didn't know.
Oh yeah, because we were gonna start plugging Jay Thunder.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
I completely forgot about that story.
I
angle.
didn't.
I remember
I
that
didn't.
now.
Well, so did AEW.
I didn't.
Yeah.
My
Daniel
actually
Bryan,
tell you-
if you're watching, what was the announcement?
my actual favorite part of the whole match was actually afterwards, because you had you had JJ Dillon and Tully Blanchard in the ring, and then Arn Anderson comes like halfway out the face tunnel, gives him a little nod, acknowledging obviously the four horsemen, and then that was it. And it was like, okay, just because they're heels and he's a face.
They gave the four horsemen thing back to each other too.
Yeah,
the
yeah, 'cause
hand
they're-
symbol.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
that
they're all
was
horsemen. We had
fucking
three-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite four horsemen?
I gotta say, I didn't know there was a four horsemen before the four horsemen I knew, which was WCW four horsemen: Flair, Arn Anderson. That's the only two I remember. Who the hell else was? I know,
Tully
Mongo
Blanchard,
McMichael.
right?
Yeah,
because
Tully, JJ
Tony
Dillon.
Blanchard wasn't even there because I got into it in the Attitude Era, which you guys already know that. We're beyond that. But it was Flair, it was Arn Anderson. They made Steve Mongo McMichael the fourth when they only had three.
God, yeah, I forgot about that.
And then
Wow.
that was the era I was in. I didn't even know there was Horsemen before that. I thought like Flair was the original. He just made the guys I knew.
No,
Who the
back
hell
in the
was
day,
the
there
four?
was really like five. I remember there was Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. Dylan was kind of like a fifth member. There's a fourth
I
member that
remember
I
them
don't remember
guys.
either. It's
Who the hell was it in WCW? Who was the third besides Mongo McMichael? I forget who the hell it was.
Anyways, Flair's my favorite horseman.
No idea.
I'm gonna have to Google
Yeah,
that.
I would
'cause
have
now
to
it's gonna
Google
bug
that.
me.
Yeah, I'll have to Google it. Okay. Anyways, all right. Next up,
I'm doing it right now.
go ahead. Tony Schiavone introduces new co-host to AEW Dark Elevation, AEW's newest signing. No more BS. Paul White already had T-shirts selling that day too, man.
Yep.
It's official.
They were
man.
pretty cool though. I liked them. Those T-shirts.
Hey, they're not that bad. They're not that bad.
Yeah.
He's going to be a commentator. Not only is he going to be a commentator. Oh, actually, before I give the fact that he has like news to break, I love when he acknowledged the fans. And he said, "Raise your hand if you saw this turn coming."
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah,
I take it that's the other WWE dig that you were talking about.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's more of a dig on himself, because the man's known for turning face and heel so much. But it's true though.
Yeah.
It's true. He struck me, and I think a lot of people, as like a WWE lifer. Like just
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. Kudos to him to not playing it safe, man, and going out and you said you weren't happy somewhere, having the courage to go ahead and go somewhere else, man. Oh, Katie's in the chat. She says, "Sup, bitches."
Katie in the chat.
Yeah, man. NXT recap already done? Damn.
Because there ain't nothing to talk about.
Oh my god.
Oh, bunch of bustas.
Well, anyways, here we go. This will actually be a fun part of the show. Is Paul White claims that Tony Schiavone isn't going to be the only one with the scoops. In fact, he's got the biggest scoop. He knows who is going to be signed on Revolution to AEW. He drops some cues. The biggest clue is they are Hall of Fame worthy. So not in the Hall of Fame, but obviously it must have some bit of a storied career
Am I
to
the
be
only one
Hall
that
of Fame. Hall of
This
Fame
made
worthy.
me think of the tag team commercial that's been playing on every channel ever. Scoop, there it is.
All
right.
Yeah.
So who do we think is going to be signed at Revolution?
It better be Brock Lesnar. That would be the biggest
That would be just
stab in Vince McMahon's
industry
face.
shaking. The WWE would feel that
That
one
would
if
be-
it was
that would be
Brock.
crazy.
Yes,
They
and you're
would
always
feel
taking
that.
WWE shots. That's the biggest shot you could possibly take. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
You never know.
I don't think it's going to be Brock, but I don't think it's out of the. I don't think it's crazy to think it could be. Man, I don't know, man. I really don't know. There's Mark Henry was another name that's been thrown around a little.
Yeah, you had Mark Henry.
Go ahead.
I saw Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, of course, CM Punk, and then two.
Wait, Kurt Angle isn't Hall of Fame?
No, he is in the Hall of Fame, so I guess it wouldn't be Angle. If he's Hall of Fame worthy, then, okay, so it's not Angle.
Yeah, that would cut out.
Okay, it's not Angle. But then I also
we were talking about it before the show. It could be Mark Henry, like you guys said, but I don't think that would fit the caliber of the announcement.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would tend to agree with you there, but I mean, I think Mark Henry fits the bill for the tease that he said. You know what I'm saying? But I hear you. I would be, frankly, I mean, nothing against Mark Henry, but they oversold Mark Henry in that case. You know?
No, that exactly.
Katie said, "Shut up, Rob. It's good that Aaron and I can knock a show out in less than an hour."
I mean, I guess that kind of proves Rob's point. There was nothing to talk about.
Woohoo! Got him! Hello, TP Poker.
Hey, I don't mean to take shots. I do like both. I'm not actually going to join up with Rob. I just thought that.
I will publicly say I don't really have a problem with NXT. It's just fun to take shots because that's what I do. That's what we do.
Anyway, yeah, a couple other names that popped up would be Carlito and Tessa Blanchard.
What was it I said in that chat one time? What's NXT stand for? Not exciting things.
Oh my gosh, man. Okay, listen, man. You just made like half of our
said
viewers
next xylophone
turn off the
transmission.
Yeah, it's probably a safe bet to be Mark Henry, though. He's Big Show's friend. They're close friends. Mark Henry wants to wrestle again. You know.
Wait, TP Poker says any chance AEW signs Sid Vicious?
Stop
is there another Sid Vicious, or is that a joke?
Stop it! No, Sid Vicious is not.
Okay, I thought there was another one that I didn't know.
No,
I'm sorry.
Cut it out, TP Poker.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I mean, that's my style of joke.
Every time there's
Katie says Mark Henry was inducted in 2018. I thought he was in the Hall of Fame. That's right, because he brought out the salmon jacket.
Oh,
shit. Okay. Well, I guess you're looking at Brock Lesnar or CM Punk, man.
CM Punk would also be groundbreaking.
I mean, everybody thinks, oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, it would be. I think, man, arguably even a more bigger deal than Brock Lesnar, really. Arguably.
No.
You're kind of right because of the pipe bomb.
I don't know. I think Brock Lesnar nowadays would still
pipe bomb exposing Vince McMahon for being a piece of shit. And then he comes out and he looks, I'm officially a rival now. Yeah. That's how you escalate something that's already at the ceiling and make it bigger. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But I got it. One of those two guys, probably. But every time that somebody says there's going to be some kind of blockbuster thing like this happening,
it's
return
never as
or a
big.
Signing, everybody's like, "Holy shit, CM Punk!"
Yeah,
you know?
No, CM Punk is like the
and
running
it's never
joke.
that big.
Which would make sense at this time it is. Because it's the rival company. Every other time it's been WWE CM Punk. This time.
Well, he was rumored to get into like All Out, All In, excuse me, and he didn't do that. And then everyone kept, I mean, it's anytime you start to hear a rumble about like someone's joining AEW, they do think it's CM Punk. I mean,
CM Punk, yeah.
To be honest though, to be completely real, CM Punk's already getting up there in age. I mean, if he is going to return, like
it's going to be now.
The clock's ticking.
Saturday,
the clock is ticking.
When it makes sense to shit in Vince McMahon's face.
Frankly, I'd be all about that.
Yeah. TB Poker says
That
CM Punk's never coming back. He's
like
also shooting
guy.
down Brock because he believes Brock will be at Mania in a triple threat with Drew
guy.
McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. Yeah, I mean, Brock and Lashley is still a good
I can
one to
see
make.
that too.
But Brock can't face Drew and Lashley if he's in AEW.
Exactly.
How's that supposed to work?
We'll find out Sunday.
Yep.
So, Kev, you've had a chance to watch.
Oh, but like legit, actual logical thought though, would Brock come to AEW because they're not going to let him dominate like Vince McMahon does?
I think they would let him dominate. That's the thing.
I don't know. I don't want to see that in AEW.
Well, no. I mean, Brock
rankings and
Well, all the reports
Brian
have
Cage winning
is
cage
that
matches and
Brock is actually a selfless guy out there. You know, he's like, if it makes sense and he believes it'll make money, he's more than willing to do it. You know, he was the one encouraging Drew McIntyre to hit him with like multiple claymores. Like he'd eat one and he'd be like, "Oh, do it again." You know, like Drew was coming out saying this stuff. Like,
yeah, he really was. He was like, "Dude, I really want to sell this." You know, he was into it. Yeah. But
Brock feels like a WWE
man. I mean,
lifer. Brock
he
feels
did
like
sell
a
getting
WWE
eliminated
lifer.
from that Rumble quite well.
Oh man, he threw himself
quite well.
That was the biggest moment of that Rumble. Holy shit, that was so dope.
Yeah. All right, we do have to move on though. We got to move.
Oh wait,
on.
that Rumble that caused me to win predictions.
Was it
that one? Right, that one, right?
Yeah. You've been watching the women's tournament, Kev.
Yes.
Ryu Mizunami. What's your take on her? I became a fan. This is my first showing of her, and I was like, "Damn, she's awesome."
Yeah, no, she's really good. The Japanese finals was between her and Yuka Sakazaki, you know, the magical girl, Final Fantasy VII girl.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was a goddamn war. Like, I think that match was better than the one tonight, but Nyla Rose and her, that was insane, you know. But who else did she wrestle in the first round? She actually wrestled the Maki Ito.
Yeah, the girl that everyone's really hyped on.
She's cool too. I liked her a lot. She's right up my alley. Dumb, like, you know.
I watched like a 30-minute YouTube video that was like a chronicle of like her start as a wrestler through a couple of her first feuds. And like by the end, I was like, "Oh, she has a really cool backstory and character." I don't know much of her career. I just got to see like I said, this chronicle video, but it was really well done. Definitely a very good introduction to her.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that was a cool match. And then actually, Mazunaki, she wrestled Aja Kong in the second round, and that was pretty cool.
It was a clever way to do a count out, like that guillotine leg drop. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then of course, Yuka Sakazaki, and then tonight, and then like on the American side, it was just as good, you know. Tay Kante versus Nyla Rose, maybe other than maybe the Nyla Rose Britt Baker match, sleeper best match in the tournament. That was so good.
I heard that was Tay Conte's best in-ring match or televised match, period. A lot of people that watched her at NXT, was what I heard. I mean, she hasn't had.
I didn't really see too much in NXT.
Yeah, well, she wasn't on TV too much. She was like on the live circuit a lot.
But that was really good, really, really good.
Rob, what do you think of these two beasts of women going at each other, and then Rio having the most over-the-top personality?
Yep, I thought this shit was amazing. I really did. When they mentioned that, I'm always terrible with names. Rose's opponent, who was he? I'm sorry,
Nyla Rose.
No, her opponent, who she fought.
Rio Mazunaki.
She made me. You guys know I think different than the average person. What I got from this match is how important a wrestler's entrance is. I've never seen you before. I've seen her back. They mentioned in 2019 she was in the Battle Royal or whatever.
Yeah,
but I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? But watching her entrance, I was like, I want to watch her match now. When she came in, she was on the ropes, and how she took her glasses off and then put them back on. I was like, I'm going to do that again. And then she went and she did it again. That was amazing. And that made me want her to win. That alone. So, like I said, I think different than the average wrestling fan. The little things like your entrance, I want you to beat Nyla Rose now. Before the match, I wanted Nyla Rose to win because she got hosed out of her title. But an entrance changed me. And then the fact she won, I popped.
An entrance changed me.
The entrance changed me. She came out and won me with her jacket looking all fly as hell and her glasses. Like,
She was like $1 million out there.
Let's go.
And
Let's
like,
go.
and you know what I think was whether this was their thinking all along or if I'm reading too much into it, but I think a lot of people knew this was going to be their introduction to Rio, and they made the most out of the beginning of that match to display her personality, her moveset. You got, they was
And
like, this is what you're getting with Rio. And then after like all the antics were done, then we go into this like fun ass match between these two that I was just smiling at the damn end. The whole, them repeating the Aja Kong spot for Nyla Rose to roll in at 10 just to eat another leg drop. Thought that was super clever. Yeah, it was fantastic. And the fact that it was an upset, I saw so many people, myself included, were like, yeah, they're doing Nyla again. They're pushing Nyla through. And so I was genuinely shocked. And then her whole thing with Hikaru Shida afterwards, they shake hands and she blasts her, but not like in a heel way. Like, not like I'm turning on you here. She invited Shida to hit her back, and then they just start blasting each other. Like, it was
like a show of sportsmanship.
A type of sportsmanship, exactly. Right. It was the most surreal but badass thing.
An excellent.
I was like, wait a minute. Is this? I was like, is this really happening? Because this is like, I've never seen anything like that before. But I was like, I loved it. I was like, oh, I can't wait for these ladies to fucking kill each other for a championship belt on Sunday night. God damn it, it's gonna be so good.
Rob, what'd you say?
The punch-in was an excellent introduction to what we're gonna see Sunday.
Yes,
like you guys said, this is myself included, the first introduction to who we seen tonight. And then the fact that she won a match and then she's face to face with the champion and it's invited blows for blows. Okay, what are you going to do in an actual match? Right now, it's just a couple punches. What are you going to do in an actual match?
You're going to go stiff, man. She'd shown that, she's not just a pretty face.
Yeah,
she'll lay it down in the ring, man. Her and Nyla Rose had a very good 2 matches that were far better than I ever thought they would be.
By the way, speaking of Nyla Rose, man, how much has she improved? My God, she looks crisp in the ring now.
I am bored of her in the title picture. At least while Sheeta's there, you never really want to see someone lose. In my opinion, lose twice. Like, it not just like I understand like wins and losses can get traded, but like at that point, I mean. It's the way she lost with for one of the matches was actually kind of handily, but the other one when Hikaru Shida had to dig and get everything she could out of it, it really would. I don't know. I wouldn't be as excited for a third match between them.
No, I hear you. I'm glad she had a strong showing in the tournament, though.
Yeah, but now you want to see her like against obviously more matches. With Ryu, I want to see her in there with Jade Cargill. The women, AEW gets a lot of flack for not only their women's division, but the booking of the women. But if they play their cards right, AEW is like quietly building a really fire women's division and will have the utmost potential. I mean, they already do.
I want to see her knock Britt Baker's teeth out and Britt Baker do self-surgery. Let's go.
Britt Baker's also another name that's improved.
Oh my God!
Too, man.
Yeah.
It's all because of Reba, though. Just saying.
It's all because of Reba. Hey, Reba's
throwing it out there.
Reba does her part, man. She
interacted with me on Twitter, and that made her like my second favorite women in AEW. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
She went kayfabe with me, and I'll never ever forget it. And then the ref that was in that match, and I won't get into it, but it was the best. It was so good.
That rules.
Rob, so as a guy who's a big fan of the Attitude Era, what's it like seeing Sting in the ring in 2021?
I don't like Crow Sting. I never have.
Really?
You're a fan of Surfer Sting, aren't you?
I'm a fan of Surfer Zach Morris hair Sting with the neon green tights and the pink face paint.
No. Yeah, that's cringy.
Now, don't get me wrong. Crow Sting is cool, but it's just I'd rather see Surfer Sting battling Lex Luger at Starrcade 95, beating him with the Scorpion Deathlock when they're supposed to be tag teams. That's my Sting. I don't like it.
You ever see
I'm all
Joker
about
Sting
Legends.
in TNA?
So I never seen him. No,
Dude, YouTube it. It's some of the so bad it's good.
Didn't he
type
fight
stuff.
Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy was too drunk? Was that
That's
Sting?
that's a famous.
Okay, I never seen it, but I read about
moment.
it.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
Yeah, that
I
one.
knew
That's
he
a
was
tough
over there.
watch. That's a really tough watch.
That's a great question. I'm the right person to ask this question. I never liked the new Sting. The fact that they're using him, at first, I was like, if you're just using him as a pawn, no. But now he's going to wrestle. Okay. Bring back the legend. He's excellent. I just never liked Crow Sting, man. It just wasn't for me. I like Surfer, Zach Morris, Sting. Those who do like him, by all means, I see why. It's just not.
You can hear the disappointment in me and Kevin. Like, we can't even fake it.
No, it's all good. I just like, man, I can't. You're like the only person I've ever met that said that. I gotta, and like, you do you, man. I'm not trying.
He's cool. I'm not
wrong.
knocking it at
Like,
all. None whatsoever. It's just
Back when every
they were to come
pro
out-
wrestler lived on the beach, you know?
if he were to come out and be like, I don't want to do the black no more. I'm going to paint my face pink. I'd be like,
Come out on a skateboard. 62-year-old Sting on a skateboard.
he is hanging out with Darby Allin.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Sting should do some of those Jackass style videos with Darby. He said he's what was it, Rob? He said he's a hooligan. He's a 62-year-old hooligan. Gosh.
Yeah. Again, I'll say he's cool, and I'm not knocking it. It's just I like the old Surfer Sting better.
Really quick, the segment. Tony Schiavone is interviewing him. He actually thanks Brian Cage for the power bomb. He's like, yeah, it sucked, but you shook off all the ring rust. I feel like I'm ready to go. At this point, Ricky Starks comes out alone, says he's got to admit it, that Sting still got it, which prompts the crowd to start chanting, you still got it. By the way, you shouldn't be chanting that yet. We haven't seen the match. Ricky Starks says, but you're still no icon. He slaps him. Sting very easily beats up Starks. Sting has like the 3 moves of doom now, and that's gonna be it. The corner spot, the Stinger Splash, and the Scorpion
Which his
Death
Stinger
Drop.
Splash isn't what it used to be.
No.
Am I
Neither is the
remembering wrong,
Scorpion
or did he
Deathlock.
used to like actually get up and?
Now,
Oh yeah, yeah. It was pretty weak.
but anyways, this is where it kind of fell apart a little bit because I feel like everybody that was supposed to get involved was late.
Yes.
For one, Sting was holding Starks in the Scorpion Deathlock and fell over and kind of just had to sit there on the floor while Brian Hobbs kind of like choked him a little bit. And then essentially Hook comes out there for a little bit. At that point, so does Darby. Darby comes out and Cage goes for like a second power bomb and Darby gets the save. But just like the way everybody was coming in, it felt like they were late for their spots. So it was a little bit of meander. Like it was just kind of an awkward segment. But that's kind of been the Sting segments anyways. Unfortunately.
Last week with the what the hell was it? The zip line or whatever. Darby coming into
Rob, did you see that?
I did.
I
didn't see much of last week, but I did see that.
Did you see how they had to edit it?
Oh, I didn't know that. Was it edited? Really?
So Darby comes down. If you can watch it, because they didn't. I don't know if it's been further edited, but what happened was Darby comes down on a zip line, and in their mind, he's going to come down, quick release in the middle of the ring, and start beating people up.
It took him a minute to get the hook off.
So what happens is Darby zip lines, overshoots it, ends up like with his dick in Ricky Stark's face in the corner, and then the camera cuts, and now Darby's already in the middle of the ring, releasing himself, and Ricky Starks is like across the ring. So you know what happened was he swung down and then got stuck, and then kind of had to come back and then let himself off. Man, God, if you were there, please send me the cell phone footage.
But it did make me there was something funny.
Yeah, it was
I didn't
awkward.
catch what it was, and that's what it was.
Yeah, it was. They edited
It
out
took
him
forever.
dangling there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like he had the rope on for a minute. That's what I noticed. I'm like, still got the rope on, and you're doing things.
It was funny, like, because like right before they cut, like, somebody was kind of walking towards him, and he just kind of went like this, and then they just turned around. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like,
Not yet. Hold on.
yeah. Wait a minute, I can't get out of here. Yeah.
Like when in reality, Team Taz should have used Darby Allin as a piñata because he was just hanging there.
Yeah, because it was so funny because he like,
I would've been
he was,
about
like
it.
over like right over Brian Cage's head, and I'm like, why the fuck isn't Brian Cage like grabbing his legs and shit, like
Yeah, man.
yanking him down? You know,
A Darby piñata. Oh my god.
Darby pinata. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 10 came out accompanied by Brodie Jr. Took on Max Caster of the Acclaimed. And they had an okay match. This once again, it was a decent match. Brodie Jr., that little
Oh my
guy
God.
is a stud in anything you put him in.
Yeah.
I'm glad AEW is looking out for him and his family, man.
Absolutely.
You know what was weird about this though was Scorpio Sky on commentary.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I guess he's a heel now. I don't know. He's super narcissistic about it, but he came across as drunk at times. Like,
Yeah, it was
that's
weird.
kind of like what he sounded like on the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really into it, man.
No.
And that's crazy because like I like Scorpio Sky too, you know what I mean? Like usually his shit is like he's polished, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And this, I don't know, man. This match and that, like this was the low light of the night, probably. And like that's not even to like take away from the match. It was decent, like you said,
Yeah.
but it was like
Yeah.
you know.
No, it ended up coming out to Jack Evans was hiding under the ring, and while the ref was distracted, he blasted 10 with the boombox, which was odd at first. Was like, okay, what the hell does Jack Evans have to do with
Right.
any of this? But as he goes up to the ramp, out comes Matt Hardy with his payment, and it is actually Matt Hardy fulfilling his conquest to destroy the Dark Order one member at a time.
That was awesome.
So that was a nice
as
little
soon as I
touch.
saw Hardy coming out, I was like, oh, okay. All
That's
I get
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed one thing in this match: the fact that 10's mask has a 10.
Is it 10?
I've never noticed that.
Oh,
It's
no
a 10.
shit.
Well,
I'm
he's got a couple different masks. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's not always wearing that mask. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I thought that was pretty creative. I'm like,
That
that's
is
a good
cool.
thing. That's
I didn't
cool.
notice
That's
that.
cool.
You didn't notice that, Kev?
No.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, it's a 10. He's
Round
got a mask
plus
that's a 10.
Okay.
If you look even harder, he's got 10 dashes on his chest.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Wait a minute.
There's a lot of 10s on that guy.
Wait a minute.
He ain't the real 10 until he gets a tattoo. Just throwing that out there. Just
Oh
saying.
man.
Get one every
This
year.
led us to our main
Tattoo.
event. Matt Hardy with Mark Quinn taking on the team of Hangman Page and little puppy dog John Silver.
How can you not love John Silver?
Dude.
Question. Who is Mark Quinn's partner? Who's the other guy in Private
Isaiah
Party? I'm
Cassidy.
sorry, guys. Okay, I'm sorry, chat. I am terrible with names. I'm absolutely terrible. Why wasn't it Private Party? Why was it Quinn and Hardy?
So
Because
Is he hurt?
no, Quinn was actually hurt last week.
I think this was just to build towards Revolution because Matt Hardy and Paige have a match.
exactly.
Okay.
Something
so
to
give me.
tease.
I just see random tag teams, and I think WWE. That's just me.
No,
Well,
so
and-
if you haven't kept up with it, what happened was
I've kept up my best, Kyle. We've been over this.
Matt Hardy has signed
fired.
Private Party to be like their mentor. Like
Yes,
he gets
I knew that
he gets
much. I knew that
30%.
much.
So he works with them, but that also means since he's kind of like manages them, he also can use them to his
Okay.
leverage. You know,
Okay.
if he's in a match, I need a tag team partner, bam, I have two guys I can pick.
Okay, more important question. Why are they not dubbed Hardy Party yet? Why is that not officially?
because they're heels. The heels.
Yeah, they're heels.
And I do
Okay,
not
you get
want to
heel
hear
and be
Hardy
at a Hardy
Party,
party.
man. That is
You get heel
no.
still. That's okay.
They missed the boat on that though. That was really
Kevin
dope.
gets it. Kevin
Yeah.
gets it. That's why it's crazy rude and not
Yep.
Kyle rude.
Yep, crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Carry on.
But the
That
match,
was a legit question, though. I was like,
No,
why do
no,
you
you're
have
all
a
good,
tag
man.
team with Matt Hardy in it? But I guess that makes sense. If he's their leader and he can make them do what they want, you come out here and fight with me so we can build me and Paige.
Yeah, that's all it was basically.
yeah, the match pretty much consisted of Matt refusing to face off with Hangman Page. Fun spot is John Silver being tossed into Hangman Page and just like hugging him and smiling as big as he can because he's infatuated with him. But the match was, like I said, it was pretty decent. It was. I feel like I've said pretty decent for the last 3 matches.
Yeah,
But once again, yeah, Matt avoiding Hangman Page to the point where he's leaving Mark Quinn in there when Quinn's obviously out of it. That leads to huge double team moves from Silver and Hangman, and they pick up the victory. After which, probably the biggest brawl I've ever seen to sign off a show, and we've seen some big brawls. Matt Hardy attacks Hangman and then goes after John Silver, and this prompts Dark Order to come out, but then that prompts anybody
Everybody
that's
to come
in the
out?
mid card with a tag team partner on AEW. I didn't realize AEW had that many signed wrestlers, to be honest with you. There was
but there had to have
ton of
been
people.
25, 30 dudes.
yeah, and then like at the
It
end
was
of
a
all
lot
of
of
it,
people.
Ray Phoenix and Pac get their own entrance music. By the time you have like 45 people in the ring,
Yeah,
like just 2 people. Like, what were they supposed to do? Like, come out like goddamn Dragon Ball Z and just Kamehameha everyone out the ring? Like, what type of impact at that point were they gonna have? Like, to warrant giving them an entrance? But
they were representing.
yeah, it's AEW,
That's
man.
all.
But like I said, really good show. I can't wait
Yeah.
for Revolution. Jeez, man, Sunday's gonna be stacked. I cannot wait.
No, this show definitely it exceeded my expectations, and it did exactly what a go home show should do. You know, I'm excited for the pay-per-view this weekend. So, hey man, you can't ask for much more than that.
One thing I found out about this pay-per-view, I mentioned it earlier, is I didn't know it was on Sunday. And I was talking to you guys in chat about how my wife made plans for a Saturday. That's why I was like, I was going to see if I can podcast with you guys Saturday. But my wife made plans. I can't podcast.
Are
with
you
I
saying
talked to-
you're free Sunday?
No, I'm not free Sunday because
God damn it, Rob.
I have to be up at 4:00 in the morning on Monday. Otherwise, I would be there. But
Don't need
what
sleep.
I'm saying is I leave work early on Sundays and I will be home in time to watch.
You'll at least get to watch it. That's good.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
Yes.
nice.
Nice, man.
I can be in chat. I can come say hi for a minute
There you go.
when it ends. But yeah, I can't be.
Well, if you got to be up at 4 a.m, yeah, I
Yes.
get.
The other night I had to be up at 4 a.m. and I decided to play Destiny, and yeah, I shouldn't have. I had a terrible day at work. I'm getting old. I can't do it anymore, man. I just can't do
I
it
hear you.
anymore.
Well, hey, man, we appreciate having you on the show tonight.
Yeah.
Now tomorrow I don't work, which is why I'm here. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes.
But thank you guys for joining this stream. If you guys really like us, possibly consider heading on over to patreon.com/smackdrawpodcast. Subscribe to one of our reward tiers, stickers, t-shirts. Upcoming UWO episode next Sunday. It's official. Head on over to our Twitter to see who's going to be on the show. But
Gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I'm actually really looking forward to that show, man.
It's going to be fun, man.
Maybe spread demon art.
Yes. But you can come on over there, head on over to Patreon, and one of our reward tiers, you can go ahead and actually submit your own video on Popular Opinion, and we'll feature it on Sunday's show.
And Katie's right. We did bully you into giving us
Getting
what,
the host. Well,
yeah.
it's Reek and TC from the Young Kings podcast, and then our own. I don't know why I decided not to say it earlier, but then our own RN will
Yeah.
be on there, man. A lot of big personalities.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
so
going to be good.
I'm stoked, man. But that's our show, folks. Like always, until next
Pow,
time.
pow, 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 pow.
Y'all have a good one.
Bang,
Peace.
bang.
Peace.
There was no best friend tonight. What the hell?
Bounce, bounce, bounce.